All right, we live. Welcome back, everybody, to the platform, Open Minds. Today we're gonna be talking about connecting back to Earth. I got a guest speaker. This is season two. You know what I'm saying? We gonna try to keep it going this time. We on season two. If anybody would like to be a guest speaker on the platform, just hit my inbox on Open Minds Facebook, and I will DM you back, and we can talk on that. Today, I got a special guest. Her name is Aries, and she's a goddess, female goddess. Welcome to goddess to the platform. How you doing today?
I'm good. Peace and love to everyone.
Okay, and we're gonna be talking about connecting back with nature because I had seen a post y'all from like it was a minute ago of her talking about how we even got disconnected from nature, and I want to know like how did we get disconnected from nature, and how can we like do things to find our way back to nature and find out things like how we used to talk to the trees, the birds, and things like that. So without further ado, we welcome you to the platform and tell them a little bit about yourself.
So my name is Aries Royalti on here, of course. I go by Tony. Um, I would like to consider myself a loctician and an herbalist. I moved from Kansas City to Texas, and so I'm stationed here. I kind of pretty much get on social media just to kind of share my thoughts and ideas. My opinions. I feel like everybody has an opinion. Not so much of a fact because I feel like at the end of the day, wasn't nobody there. We just all learning along the way. I consider myself a teacher and a student at the same time because I'm always learning, but I do have things that I can teach at the same time. Um, but yeah, trying to touch bases on the topic though.
Hmm. Like, how did we? How do you think humanity fell from nature?
I feel like we trust too easy, you know. We don't really naturally have hate in our heart. I feel like it's something that has is um experience. It's something that's experienced. So the things that we go through, we build up this. I'm not gonna say hate because we don't have that naturally, but we start to have we get this reason of why we feel some type of way. Like a person can't say that we racist, you know. We can't be. I guess you could say we prejudiced to a certain extent, but we have a reason behind it. You know what I'm saying? So like we could watch slavery movies. It can make you feel some type of way, have all this hate and this anger towards a certain type of people. But in the end of the day, we the victims. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mhm.
uh, yeah, I
How
feel
did
like it's
how did do you think somebody has some involvement of humanity falling from nature? Like, do you think like the government try to push us away from connecting with nature?
we can't to an extent. I feel like we put too much blame on the government, but we really not looking at the bigger picture and the people behind the government, right? So, of course, we got the oppressors, right? The people, the Caucasian, like I can't really say Caucasian people because the original Caucasian people was melanin like us. I'm gonna say,
Mm-hmm.
the white tea people. We put the blame on them a lot, right? But we
Mm-hmm.
don't really look at our own people, people that look like us, sold us out at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like us trusting too easy. You know what I'm saying? That's what tricked us out of our spot. Um, I hate the stipulation that we come from over there in Africa. I feel like we was already over here. You know what I'm saying? Don't nothing add up. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the ships and sailing on the water for that long. So I feel like that's how we got um tricked out. And it's not because of the government. It's from the people behind it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And we messed up when we started accepting food stamps, when we started accepting housing, when you know what I'm saying, when we put our kids into they schools, um, we don't we do too much depending on them. You know what I'm saying? We're not teaching our own. Uh, we're not watching what our babies eat. You know what I'm saying? We so relying on the housing to where we meet these certain requirements, but we're not able to elevate past a certain level. You know what I'm saying? If you live in housing, then you the person know what I'm talking about. Um, and then it's food stamps as well. You know what I'm saying? In order for you to get all these benefits, you have to do X, Y, and Z. So I feel like that's how.
Yeah, yeah, you is right about that. We do rely on them like way too much, as far as like, you know what I'm saying, food and resources and things of that nature. Um, but I was like thinking back, shout out to Rod Hayes too, you know what I'm saying?
That's Uncle right
Uh,
there.
I was thinking back to like, you know, the Salem witch days when they was like killing off all the black women and things of that nature. Like, do you think they was doing that to like make us forget
I feel like
who,
to an
who
extent.
we is and stuff?
I feel like to an extent. You know what I'm saying? When you witnessing a certain type of people that's powerful, or they doing something to where they don't even understand what they're doing, of course you want to eradicate them. You want to, you know what I'm saying? You want to knock them off. Um, I don't know if you ever heard about the Haitian war, right? That they
Hmm.
had won the war using magic, right? And that's why
Hmm.
I have the utmost respect for them because they actually they connected to their roots. You know what I'm saying? They use
Hmm.
their roots to be able to win that war. And this is history, part of history, anyways.
Hmm.
I don't know the full details, but I did come across it at one point.
Yeah,
But
they said them people was they said the women would go on the beach and dance, and they would dance and be in sync,
yeah,
and they would make like the people, the boats, they get to jumping off the boats and drowning before they even got to the land. Like it was a major thing with getting to the land and getting rid of them women fast as you can because they powerful.
yeah,
It was, you know what I'm saying. So that's what I know about it. It was a lot of that going on the land too here. You know what I'm saying, especially in California with Queen California or whatever was going on with her. But I heard they was real powerful too. But back to the topic with the nature, like
I
we
do.
saw this.
I
Go
want to
ahead.
ask though, because you mentioned the ocean, and you mentioned the women. So I've lightly came across that we are supposed. It's a form of giving back, and so I guess women are aligned or supposed to be in aligned when it comes to like when we on our menstrual cycles. So you're supposed to be able to go into the water and be able to just like freely flow and be able to like manifest, and even that right there is powerful because you got
Mm.
all the elements. You got the fire, you got the water, you got the air, um,
And you got the ether.
and you got the yeah, right. And so
That's the
us as
wood.
women, when we connecting with the water, because the water is very much alive, probably the oldest element, more than likely on Mother Earth. But just like the trees hold the history, the water does too. But the water is very much alive. So like when I went up to Florida just like 2 weeks ago, I wanted to bring some Florida water back home, but I couldn't just take it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta open up and you gotta talk to the water before you take anything. You know what I'm saying? You can't give something. I mean, you can't take something without giving something. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
that was something that I did when I was up there.
And I think that's what they did to like kind of scare us from like the sacrifices and the things that you used to have to do with these rituals to make us think it was like witchcraft, but you know, really it was just dealing with nature. Um, can you speak on women getting together and like doing the rain dance back in the day? Like because not only did women like use it for like war purposes, like as a weapon, but connecting with nature can like, you know, they used to do like the little rain dance and make it rain and you know, for the crops and things of that nature. Is that true? Do you think that's true or do you think that's fake? What do you think about
That's actually my very first time hearing about that because I didn't know how they won the war, but I I would believe something of the sort.
Yeah, I'm not talking about the war. I'm talking about like
No,
I
I'm
said,
saying, I know what you're
yeah,
saying.
yeah, like you can do things with nature to not only like defend yourself, but bring the rain so you can have better crops, type of stuff.
I feel like as women, we got to get back aligned with nature first to be able to do that and be able to fully operate at the full extent. That means that watching women have to watch, and this is not just for women. We be talking about women, but men as well. But we have to watch what we eat first of all. We gotta watch what we put on our skin. We gotta watch what we drink, what we consuming, and cleanse the body. And I feel like that is what aligns you in grounding. You know what I'm saying? Going outside, walking barefoot. They didn't put all this cement around everywhere. You'd be glad if you be able to, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's grass everywhere, but it ain't too many people walking around barefooted. You know what I'm saying? We already
Mhm.
wearing shoes that ain't connected, that ain't got no electricity flowing through, that is allowing us to even charge or none of that. So I don't think that a lot of people really even know anything about grounding in general. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
When your hormones is off, and when you feeling depressed, or you feeling emotional, or you feeling any type of way, or you feeling off in general, just knowing that I can go ground
Mhm.
and they can reset me.
I think that got a lot of healing properties too, like
Yeah,
in grounding. Like a lot of these diseases and sickness, I believe it can be cured like with grounding, like connecting back to the earth. I look at it as I'm gonna give you a philosophy of mine. I look at us like fruit. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? And fruit, what happens to fruit as soon as you disconnect it from the tree? It get the dying.
right.
You know what I'm saying? But sometimes you can take the fruit, or you can take a piece of a plant and you can repot it, or take it out the dirt and put it in some more dirt. You know what I'm saying? And it'll survive. You know what I'm saying? So I think we supposed to connect to the planet like that, like every now and then, like how you say with the grounding. You know what I'm saying? But I think a lot of people can be healed, like how back in Jesus days, Yeshua, what they call him. You know what I'm saying? But back in his days, they'd put you in the water and heal you. They, you know what I'm saying? He'll put his hands on you and heal you and things of that nature. But I don't think we really taking the full aspect in of the nature part of what they was doing back then. Like how they'd just say, "Oh, they put their hands on you and you was healed." Like, but was they barefoot? Was they connected to the earth? Did they do something? You know what I'm saying?
I feel like they was aligned. So my thing is, I had a conversation about tradition.
Mm-hmm.
We we as melanin people, we don't have no tradition. We don't have no tradition. If you really sit and think about it, we have no tradition. Us celebrating the holidays, for example, this is another way we got disconnected. We celebrate holidays every year, year
Mm-hmm.
after year, and don't even know. And most people who celebrate it don't even know what they even mean.
What it mean? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when we talk about us being the people, we don't even have any true culture because we don't even know where we originate from. Well, we do. We have an idea, but everything has been stripped from us. You know what I'm saying? So go back when they talked about that 400, 500 years.
Mm-hmm.
Most people, when they go, they taught us in school, they was like, they talked about slavery. And my thing is, what I tell people, I'm like, why is it that we was only indoctrinated about slavery? When you go back and you watch movies, it's all about slavery, but we never think about beyond slavery. Who were we before slavery? You know what I'm saying? Nobody ever thinks about that. So when you strip everything from us, when you strip from the greats, and you took them out and you said, okay, we got a whole bunch of melanin kids or like middle aged people. Well, now
Mm-hmm.
they don't have no elders to pass down nothing. Now we can program there, indoctrinate them to what we want them to know. Now what we got? We ain't got no true tradition. We ain't got no true culture. We the only ones I feel like that don't know who we are and walking around like, you know what I'm saying, in fear. We got to put our hands on. We get pulled over by the police. You know what I'm saying, or we uh getting judged for having locks in our head. You know what I'm saying? That's my biggest thing about the locks as well. Um, you shouldn't have to go to a job cutting off your hair because you've been discriminated against. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
or just in general. I don't know, but I feel like everything was stripped from us, and we don't have no true
No
core.
history of who
Yeah,
he is. I'll be thinking further back then. So like, I'll be thinking like Jesus them days. Then I'll be thinking like before even the flood happened, like what was going on? Like I'll be wanting to know like what be going on. So I'll be thinking like real far back, like what really happened with these Anunnakis and all type of shit.
yeah,
Um, yeah, man. With the so that's what I'll be thinking. I want to show you this, and I want to get your thoughts on this real quick. This little clip. I'm gonna share my screen. I'm gonna show you because this got a lot to do with what we talking about too. All right, can you see it?
yeah.
Okay. Here we go. Right here. I'm gonna put the volume on.
Who say he found out that we lived in a firmament
No,
because he
not this.
walked outside and he saw two
Here we go, man.
Where it go? So post I had shit
rainbows.
right here.
Take 3 apples. One apple, we not gonna say nothing to. Take 3 apples. One apple, we not gonna say nothing to it. The second apple, we gonna talk cash shit. I'm talking about say the most vile, evil shit you can say to this apple. The third apple, straight love. Just straight, you talking like you trying to holler. You know what I'm saying? Straight love to this apple. Watch what happens. Watch what happens when you do this. I did this experiment at Prima some years ago, right? And I had this 5-star colonel used to come there. And we did it. I have all my customers. I'm like, look, man, talk shit to this apple. We had it in a cup. Talk love to this apple. By week 4, the one that we was talking trash to completely decayed. Look crazy. The
You
other
have to
apple we
look
was
up.
talking love to looked better than it did when we got it. And then the apple that nobody said anything to, it kind of got soft a little bit. It wasn't decayed like the one that we was talking cash shit to though.
Right.
So I think what was interesting was the Colonel's perception of that. And I think it hurt him because I think he went down, because in the military, you talk a lot of shit to these soldiers.
Right.
And I think it made
Not bad much.
him kind of realize how much pain he caused
By
talking cash shit to these people in hopes that it creates whatever the whole purpose of it is to create.
Right there, down. That's a crazy.
Okay, so what do you think about that?
I feel like that's about vibrations and energy, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh shit.
Negative.
Mm-hmm. No. Yeah.
You can speak negative to a glass of water, and in the other glass of water, you can speak positive to it. Eventually, I heard a theory of like if you speak negative to a glass of water, and eventually it'll start to, mold and do all kind of things. But you speak positive to the other water, it'll be crystal clear, and you could drink that water, and it's just like you feeding that same vibration, that energy into yourself. But if you drink that cup of water that you know what I'm saying, talk negative into, then all you're doing is absorbing all of that negativity. So it's the same kind of theory what he did with the apples as well.
Mm-hmm.
Vibrations, energy, and words matter. Words are just as powerful as a physical. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing as rap music or certain music that people listen to. It plays a very important role on your mental. You know what I'm saying? Not only your mental but your physical. You can't talk about bang bang shoot 'em up, money, cars, clothes, and hoes. You know what I'm saying? And think that you elevating. Yeah, you might got a lot of money, but mentally you dumb down. You know what I'm saying? You can't grow from that. But people who listen to the bang bang shoot 'em up music, eventually I feel like that pours into your life. You know what I'm saying? Most people don't even make it out their hometown. And then it's a thing it's a domino effect, and it gets played on the radio, it gets played on the TV. Ain't nobody really playing the conscious music that's feeding the people. They
Mm-hmm.
playing the trash music. You know what I'm saying? And all of that does is dumb down, and it deteriorates the next each generation. And don't get me wrong, I'm not perfect because I used to listen to all of that. I grew up around it. But once you get to a certain point, and when you know better, you do better. That's what you do. You know what I'm saying? You change that. You know what you want for yourself. You know what you want for your star seeds. And my babies don't listen to none of that. They ain't heard none of that. And they know if they was to get around somebody that is playing that, they gon' not be scared to tell you, but can you turn that off? You know what I'm saying? We don't listen to that. You know, they're not gonna listen to no Cardi B or no Megan Thee Stallion, none of that. They gonna tell you to turn it off. You know what I'm saying? So I only was saying all that to say that words are powerful, and
Mm-hmm.
everything that you listen to is just all about vibrations and frequency and
Mm-hmm.
energy.
And we like all I just feel like we are connected through like water, you know what I'm saying? Water frequency and you know what I'm saying, words. So it's like with the apples you can talk to the plants, you can talk to the trees, you know what I'm saying, the birds, you know what I'm saying? And it all has an effect. Like I actually one of the things that I do, one of my manifestation hacks is I get a bottle of water and I take the labeling off and stuff like that, and
Yeah,
then I put it in front like I might go to work and I put it in leave it in front of like a lucky frequency, like you know how you can look up these different frequencies on YouTube or wherever. So I just let that play on the water like all day, and then I drink the water, and then I get a scratch off, and I mess around and scratch something off, like
yeah,
you
yeah,
know what I'm
yeah.
saying. So it's very real, you know what I'm saying. It's very real, and I don't think they be. I think they be doing it to us, but we don't be knowing about it. Like far
Yeah,
as we ain't connected with nature, so they put little symbols on the waters and things of that nature, do stuff to our food and stuff that we could be doing. You know what I'm saying? The same thing, but we don't know nothing about it. Like you said, we got stripped of our you know what I'm saying, traditions and things of that nature. But we still have little traditions, but I don't be thinking we be knowing like the whole thing to go with it. Like they tell us to pray over our food, but it's like why? You know what I'm saying? They say, oh, so you can be blessed and the you know what I'm saying, you can keep diseases and harmful things away from you and all that. But I think that's just us reminding ourselves that you got to speak good on your food and things like that, and it'll be good for you. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody can be negative over your food and give it to you, and you be messed up.
yeah. I don't think we really realize when we go out here to, whether it's a fast food restaurant or either it's a restaurant where you sit in at. I don't care if it's 5 star or whatever. The person behind cooking your food and prepping your food, you don't never know the energy that they're carrying, and all of that carries over into your food. You know what I'm saying? So, um, man, it really you can try unless you got your own water coming in or you growing your own food. It's really hard to even try to control it. But just know that every day, whether it's the air that we breathing, the water that we drinking, that we showering in, that we bathing in, the food that we eating, uh, it all has some type of effect. But I feel like it ain't really nothing wrong with praying over your food. You know what I'm saying? Or you can call it manifest, and you can manifest all the negative energy or whatever, that may try to cause you harm from the food. You know what I'm saying? To be, taken away or whatever. But I feel like the word is very powerful.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Words is powerful. I don't watch some of these rappers. Like I want to do a show on that too, but they just be speaking their little future into their existence, man. Like I be listening to them, like how you say the music be negative. I be clean. I be like, cause I still like I'm from Flint, Michigan. I listen to certain people I done grew up on just to see what they doing and stuff like that. But then I mix the music with like I play a frequency in the house or something like a positive frequency. I just let that play while I'm gone or while I'm cleaning up or something like that. I don't listen to that type of stuff all day. But what I've noticed is they be speaking, you know what I'm saying, like they future and exist. If they say they going to the feds a million times, that's where they go. You know what I'm saying? If they say this finna like everything Pooh Shiesty just said in that song happened. You know what I'm saying? He did the song. He got like 50 million views on it. So that reached 50 million people with 50 million thoughts in their head about what you talking about. And it happened. I think the more we talk and the more it reach and the more people believe, it'll come true too.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
When
People,
people say when people say DEAD, you know what I'm saying? They laugh and they say that. You don't even know, you don't even understand what you're speaking on yourself, and you constantly keep saying it over and over and over again. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no way that you laugh and then you using words and
yeah.
you speaking that over your life. You eventually, you know what I'm saying? You keep saying it in a playful way. I don't know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I actually did a show on that, man, and y'all can go check on Open Minds YouTube channel. I did a show about words and the power of words and stuff. It's on there. It's named something like that, but I'm talking about words and how powerful they is. But you know, you want to always speak highly of yourself, man. You always want to speak highly over your food, you know. And I think people with a lot of these sicknesses and things, they should try nature. You know what I'm saying? To revert back to nature instead of going, you know what I'm saying, these medications and things of that nature. That's made from plants, but it's made from plants with, you know what I'm saying, specific reasons that they made it. Like, you know, there's something out there that'll help you with this and help you with that. But you know, that's 25 minutes, y'all. Y'all let me know how much y'all like. Aries, we ain't gonna hold her up all night. We gonna let her tell them your information again.
Y'all can. I ain't on Facebook, but I am on TikTok. As Big Mama. I'm off Facebook for the rest of the year. I'm focusing on my business and everything. If y'all ever in Texas though, I am a loctician and a herbalist. I sell herbs. I promote holistic wellness. Before you go taking any prescription medication, I'm gonna try to, you know, I'm gonna refer you to
Mm-hmm.
some herbs, drinking some tea, and
Mm-hmm.
fasting and all of that. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like for me, real quick, I've been a vegetarian for a good minute now, for some years. My process, it wasn't easy, but over the time, I stopped the meats and then the seafood and the fish and the chicken, and then strictly just don't eat none of that. But I can tell you that I got way more energy, you know what I'm saying? And so much more clarity. And along this journey, you know what I'm saying, you are what you eat. And you eat well, you stay well, you eat trash, and eventually later down the road when you're wondering why you got diabetes, high blood pressure, cancer, and all that extra crap, you know what I'm saying? Just knowing that it came from the things that you consume. You know what I'm saying? So once we realize that and get back to it, and I feel like that's how we get back to um, nature. It's always everything revolves around nature. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay. Yep, you're right. I'm going. I only know how to contact you on Facebook, but I'm gonna promote this. If the people like it and they want to get you back on, I'm gonna reach out. Open Minds is an open-minded topic platform. If anybody else have thoughts or say you got something that you want to just get off your chest, say you got an experience that you had that you can't really talk to everybody about, but it's been bugging you and you just got to get it out. This is for open speakers, you know what I'm saying, that have a message to give, have some teachings to give, or have some advice or anything, man. That's what this platform is for. I thank you for coming on today. And if you have any topics, reach out to me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to make this thing big so we can, you know what I'm saying, so everybody can have a voice
yeah.
and everybody, you know what I'm saying, can watch it every week. So I thank you for coming on and I appreciate you. And we out
Um,
of here, y'all.
Appreciate you for having me.
Okay.